Hi, welcome to Colette Travel. How can I help you? You're interested in planning a trip with us? All right, and have you used our agency before? No? Okay. Do you have an idea of where you want to go or what sort of trip you would like? You're open to ideas? Okay. Well, it just so happens that we have a new brochure out for some of our specials for this fall and winter trips. Is this the time frame you were looking at? Yeah. It is a good time to go for certain countries. You know, of course, different countries have the best times to go if you want less crowds, better weather. So, would you like to hear some of the specials that we have? Okay. So this, I can give you a copy of this brochure, but we can go through it. There's a section on our brand new tours, the trending tours right now, and our best selling tours. So just to give you a little bit of background about our agency, Colette Travel, we have over 170 tours covering 7 continents and 5 travel styles. Every Colette adventure includes accommodations and dining, transportation, expert tour managers, local experiences, iconic must-sees, and built-in free time. We'll take care of the details. You can relax and enjoy the adventure. What you can expect if you book one of our tours: professional tour managers, local experts, industry-leading travel protection, choice on tour and optional excursions, must-see inclusions, immersive cultural experiences, thoughtfully selected accommodations, and private chauffeur service with air inclusive bookings. So you do, if you book air with us, you do get the chauffeur service included. Of course, you can book your own air. Now, our maximum group size is 44 people. We have a small group. If you like a smaller group, we do have 24-person small group excursions. All right, so most of the ones here are European, although we have a lot of other areas as well. So, do you want to look at the bestsellers or the trending? You want to look at the top sellers first? Okay. So, we have a classic tour, which is called Shades of Ireland. It's 10 days, includes 13 meals, and it sale is up to 20% sale. It starts at $29.99 per person, and this has a November departure. And I don't know if you can see the map very well, but it covers several different locations. Next, we have the Greece Island Hopper. It's also a 20% sale. It features Athens, Mykonos, and Santorini. It is 11 days with 14 $47.99 per person, and this actually starts next June, so it is an early summer departure. And as you can see with Greece, you have a lot of ship travel as well as some train and air, but mostly it is ship. Our other classic is called Reflections of Italy. It's 10 days and 12 meals, $33.99 per person, and it covers, you get Sicily there, Calabria, you get northern Italy, Rome, Venice, Milan, where else do you get? Perugia, Assisi, Cortana, the Sicily is actually an excursion, so that's quite a lot to pack into 12 days. Alright, so all of these on this page are the 20% discount if you book this month. So you want to look at the trending tours, okay? So we have Iceland's magical northern lights. Iceland is really becoming a big destination now. Yeah, it was never like super people's radar, but it's definitely a lot of interest in it right now. It's only a 7-day trip, and it starts at $29.99 per person, but it has a March departure. And as you can see, it starts in can't pronounce the name of that city, but you get to see all throughout the country the cities and the beautiful land there, and of course many opportunities to see their northern lights. And this is the classic tour that we have, the classic and the small group, and I think that's the only ones on offer right now. So the classic is the larger group of 40 to 45 people, small groups 20 to 25 usually, so you have a little more personal attention and smaller buses and things like that. So now we have Japan. It's called Japan Past and Present. This is a longer trip, 14 days, and it is $59.99, departing next February. You also have some excursions, for instance, to South Korea, that you can take optionally. And as you can see, you go all throughout the country, see the countryside, you see small villages, you see the major cities. And remember, all of our trips include some experience with local people. Like, for instance, you might go in the Japan tour and watch them make washi tape paper, for instance, or do some art or crafts. Cooking, we often have cooking demonstrations, and you can actually get in there and do cook with some of the local people as well. Yes, especially in the small groups, it's really nice. And then another small group trip is exploring South Africa, Victoria Falls, and Botswana. It's beautiful. Natural waterfalls there. So this is a really nice, beautiful countryside. It's a 15-day trip, 29 meals. starts at $63.99 and departs February 28th. And once again, you cover a lot of the country, smaller towns, bigger cities, coastal regions. It's really nice. So now we'll do the new tours. So on this one, the Iceland one is 20% sale. The Japan and South Africa are not currently on sale. It tends to rotate, so these may go on sale like in a month or two. So it's sometimes you risk missing a sale, but the main thing is to pick one that really appeals to you. Yeah. So our brand new tours. It's a small group tour called Mediterranean Coastal Journey. It is a 16-day trip. Starts at $55.99, and it has a rather soon departure, November 1st. And it covers Spain, France, Italy, all along the coast. It is really beautiful. Yes, last year when they were working out the trip, the details, I went on a promotional trip to see what it would be like, and it is fantastic. It's definitely my favorite, I think, especially if you love beaches and coastal scenes and harbors. It's super beautiful. And that time of year, you're going to have, you might have some cooler weather, won't be hot, but you won't have the crowds of summer. Then we have another small group, which is Wonders of Thailand, which is a 16-day trip. Starts at $36.99. And then Old World Sicily and Malta. Malta is not that often a destination. It's a really interesting place, and you get to combine it with Sicily, so it's really a deep dive into this area. It's quite stunning. It's a 12-day trip starting at $38.99. So, excuse me. Let's see, do I miss anything? Now, if you book by September 23rd, you will guarantee the 20% savings, and then certain trips will have an additional 3% on top of that. And if you're a union member, any union, if you belong to a union through your work or whatever, you get $50 to $100 coupon towards your trip as well. Yes. So, do you want to think about it while we enter some of your information? Okay. So let's get you entered into the system here. Alright, okay, your name. Okay, and how many would be traveling all together? 4 people, okay. Is that two adults? How many adults and children? 2 adults and 2 kids. And can I have the ages of the children? 8 and 10, okay. Alright. And an address for you? And telephone, please. All right, and an email. All right. Let's see. Now, did you want to get the additional travelers insurance, or not quite sure yet? Okay. So, are you ready to select a trip? Now, I will tell you that if you put down a deposit today, that guarantees you a spot, but it doesn't necessarily commit you just to that one trip. So let's say you think you might want to, go to the Japan trip. You can put down a deposit, and you have up to 2 weeks. If you change, you may talk to your family, or for whatever reason, you can change to another trip, and you'll still get the same discount. Yeah, so that's really nice. You don't feel like you absolutely are set in stone. Do you have an inclination what you might like? Oh yes, the coastal Italy, Mediterranean. I don't blame you. That's definitely my favorite. Right, so now that one did have the soon departure, November 1st. So if, again, you can put down the deposit today. If in the next 2 weeks you change your mind, you want to do something else, just let us know and we can switch you over, because that one actually has the soonest departure. Yeah, the early November, those are our earliest departures coming up for the sale. Yeah. And also, if you have a deposit and something happens, somebody, family gets sick, or there's something that happens in that country, or travel, making it possible to travel, we do not have a 100% refund. However, we do have the full amount credit to another trip that can be used within the next year. You have a year to use that. Yeah, it's really nice. Even if you've paid for the whole thing, like if it's the day before and something happens, you'll still get to have that benefit. So it really is not, it's a low risk situation, because you will get to take another trip. Yeah. Alright, so I will go ahead and fill out the details here. So you want the Coastal Journey, and we call it the Mediterranean Coastal Journey, or MCJ. Alright, and that was $55.99 times 4. Let's see here, 636. Okay. So it looks like your deposit, did you want to do a deposit today? I can hold this for you for 3 days, but there's this tiny risk that it might sell out. So if you want to put the deposit today, that will hold your place for sure. So deposit, let's see, 4 divided by 74 equals, deposit would be $1,800 today. Yes, well, up at the front, we can ring you up with your credit card. Or actually, if you have your card, I can just put in right now. Do that. Okay. Let's see, that's a Visa. And security number. And is that under your name? Okay. All right, thank you. Let's see. Now, will you be making your airfare arrangements independently to get to Italy? It does start, or I'm sorry, it doesn't start in Italy, it starts in Barcelona, Spain. Would you like to book airfare through us? Same deal, you can put down a deposit now, and if you make a change later, we'll use that money as a credit to another trip. Alright, so let's look at the flights. You'll be leaving here from Chattanooga. Okay. Let's see. So it departs November 1st. So you probably want to arrive there 1 day before. What do you think? 2 days? 2 days before, you kind of want to acclimate yourself. Okay. So that would be October 30th. October 31. Okay. Let's see. Put in the travel date. October 30. Alright. So there's a 6 a.m. departure. 11 a.m. 1:30 p.m. and 11:15 p.m. Yeah, they're all pretty similar. The cheapest one is the 6 a.m. Of course, you have to get going pretty early. Do you want to do that? You guys are early risers. Alright, we'll put you on the 6 a.m. Alright, and that is with United Airlines. Flight 2720. Okay. And let's see. It is 16 days. So that brings you to November 17th. Do you want to stay a day or two after, or you want to stay a few more days? Okay. 19th? Alright, let's put you back on November 19th. And you can leave at Barcelona, let's see, 3 p.m. And then there's a 6:30 p.m. Those are the only ones that day. Yeah, well, if you want it all night, you might want to take the 6:30. If you want to, sleep on the plane at night. It's not only 3 hours difference between the two, so. And the 6:30 gives you a little more time during the day. Of course, you'd have to check out of your hotel. So, you want to do the 3:30? That makes sense, because by the time you get checked out, have some lunch, get over to the airport, you're practically time to check in. Makes sense. Alright. Now, during the trip, of course, all your accommodations are taken care of. Since you are having some days before and after, we do have a separate hotel booking service if you want to book for that time, or you're certainly welcome to do that on your own. Sure, I can look. Let's see what's available. Let's see. So we want Barcelona for 4 people. Do you want 2 bedrooms? So one for the couple and one for the kids to share. Okay. And what's your general price range? 150 per night. All right. So do you prefer closer into the city, or something near the airport, or, you know, do you like the big hotel chains, a smaller boutique hotel, or B&B? Do you like something near the coast, right? Now it's going to be a little more expensive. Let's see what we've got. There's something called the Sunset Inn. It's a little higher than you said. It's $190 a night. Do you want to go splurge and do that? Prices, you know, compared to here, are pretty reasonable, because for here on the coast, you couldn't get much for $190 a night. Not really. And of course, it's off season too. So that's not really too bad. All right, so I'll get all your information transferred to that booking. Yeah, it is a 3.5-star hotel. It's very nice reviews. You can read the reviews online. If you decide that you want to change, just, you know, send me an email or give me a call, let me know, and we'll look for something else. But I think that's a pretty nice one. Yeah, one of my colleagues stayed there I think last spring and really liked it. They have a pool, of course, air conditioning. There's a little restaurant on site, a cafe. They have a really nice patio overlooking the beachfront, so I think you'll really enjoy it. All right, let me get you booked into there. So here's a pen if you want to write down the confirmation number. For the hotel is 4722G 8939. I'll email it to you, but just in case you wanted to have it. So I'll send you an email with the booking for the tour and the booking for the hotel and the flights as well. Yeah. So let's see. I think we've covered everything with the hotel. Now meals, of course, when you're on your own will be, you know, on your own for meals, of course. And we do take care of currency exchange, but since you will be getting there early, you will probably be doing that on your own. But if you need help with that, of course, once you hook up with the tour, we can help with currency exchange. People don't use travel checks so much anymore, but I kind of like to have them just as a kind of a backup, so we can help with the traveler's checks too. Of course, your bank, of course, can do that as well. Now we do offer additional insurance. There is a minimum base insurance for like cancellations and things like that, but there is a more comprehensive traveler's insurance, which really covers, you know, anything that might happen. If you wanted a total refund instead of the credit that you could use in the next year. Yeah, I can see how much that would be. Let's see. Let's see, for 4 for the MCJ. And you could get the insurance for just the tour, for the tour and the hotel, or the tour and the hotel and the airfare, which of course the price is going to go up. So you're thinking just the tour and the airfare. Okay. So it looks like for the 4 of you, it would be per person about $128, which that's not too bad. You want to go ahead and add that in? All right. So that is going to bring your deposit for today up to $2,400. You okay with that? All right. Still got your credit card information there, so we'll do the $2,400 deposit. Let's see, is any other questions you have? Yeah, the trip will be various kinds of transportation. It varies depending on the trip, of course, but for the coastal journey, there will be a train for the larger distances, and then there will be a coach, a very comfortable double-decker bus. This is one of the small group trips, so it's not going to be a huge mammoth bus. It'll be a little coach, approximately 10 to 12 people sit on the top level and the bottom level. A huge window, so you get a beautiful, perfect view of the scenery. And you will have, of course, a designated driver and a tour guide on the bus with you. And they will make regular stops to see the sights, stopping at a cafe. And because it's a small group, there's also some variability and flexibility built in. So like if the group says, oh, can we go see this site or something, or here's about a special festival that's going on, like a music festival or something, they can be very flexible and do that. So that's really nice. So there will be some a little bit of car transport, but mostly it will be the coaches and the trains. Yeah. And there will be some boat. You will be visiting, stopping in on some islands. So you will be having it's not really a yacht, it's more like maybe like a small yacht. Yeah, so there'll be quite a lot of modes of transportation. And everybody will get a little, I know people have their own cell phones, but not everybody has the same SIM cards or whatever, so we give you little contact devices. It's not really a beeper, but it's just a little way to communicate. It's kind of like a little burner phone. And so you always can be in touch with your tour guide, your family members, and if you get to know some of the other people on the trip, you can keep in contact with them. So it's just a really easy way to communicate. Like if you're in a city and you're exploring, the tour guide might send you a message to say, okay, in half an hour we're meeting at the hotel or something like that, or meeting for dinner. Yeah. So most of the meals will be breakfast. Breakfast is always included, usually at the hotel, sometimes at a cafe. And dinner and lunch, you usually get a choice. There's always a dinner and lunch planned, but within your 24 meals you can decide, like one day you might want to do the planned dinner, one day you might want to do the planned lunch. So it gives you really a nice maximum flexibility. You might decide, you want to pick your own restaurant one day, so you might want to have lunch with the group, have dinner on your own, or vice versa. Does that sound Good. Are you getting excited? I'm getting excited for you. So I will give you this to take home. You can show your family. You can also, of course, check on your website for more description of that specific tour, what you will see. We will have links to what the weather forecasts are for that period, any kind of State Department bulletins on that area, any vaccinations that might be needed. I don't believe just the standard vaccinations you probably already have, but that we will provide that information. All right, so I will mail you, let's see, the itinerary, vaccination information, I'm just reminding myself here, the plane, the flight info, and the flight booking confirmation, and the hotel, as well as your supplemental insurance, travel insurance. All right, I will email that all to you. You should get that by the time you get home. And let me know if you have any questions that come up, any concerns. Yeah, it was really a pleasure meeting you and helping you plan this wonderful trip. Okay, we'll talk to you soon.